Robert Downey Jr. is officially playing Dr. Doom. Let's talk about it. On Saturday of San Diego Comic-Con, Robert Downey Jr. was officially announced to be playing Victor Von Doom in Avengers 5, now titled Doomsday, officially replacing Kang as the big bad in the multiverse saga of the MCU. While it's no secret Marvel has been debating moving away from Kang with Jonathan Majors' recent conviction and audiences' lack of connection to the character, this is a major shock casting-wise for the seemingly unstoppable studio, with some calling it the worst move Marvel has ever made. However, I think it's incredibly interesting, and if done right, could serve as one of the most emotional stories we've ever seen from a comic book movie. But Disney and Marvel are really going to have to nail this character, not only to vastly differentiate him from Tony Stark, but also to make him as much of a compelling antagonist as Tony was as a protagonist. So, here are a few of my thoughts on those aspects of Dr. Doom that Marvel needs to get right. Alright, first thing I want to talk about is entirely surface level, the look of the character. Now, I'm gonna bet that they're going to go with an already established Doom, given that it's likely that he will first be introduced to us in Fantastic Four. I'm talking costume, tech, magic, castle, the whole 9 yards. And yes, I did say castle. Please Marvel let him have his castle in Latveria, whether he has one in his original timeline or in the sacred timeline. So most of the time in the comics, Doom wears his mask because of a deformity or an injury, and I hope that they follow suit here. What I'm getting at is no Tony Stark mustache and no handsome RDJ. It should look like this variant has gone through an immensely different journey than our main timeline Tony. And this is one of the big ones for me. Don't make the Doom suit just a gray Iron Man suit. Similar technology? No problem. However, the look has got to be all Doom. The sharp edge face mask, full medieval inspired suit of armor, and long flowing green cloak and tunic combo. This is a man who is the king of his own country. He needs to be regal. Digging a little deeper, we're now going to look at the acting of the character. We all know RDJ's work at this point. He created and grew Tony Stark's on-screen persona and is one of the reasons that the MCU has endured for so long. However, despite him seemingly being a Tony variant, Doom's character needs to be menacing to the highest degree. If he comes off as silly or half serious, you lose all tension in the character. RDJ won an Oscar for his role in Oppenheimer and has been nominated twice before for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. Marvel should really let him dive into the aspects of Doom that make him more Ozymandias and less Booster Gold on the Tony Stark spectrum. And no quips. You heard me. No quips. The man has true character talent, and while Doom may still be a genius and billionaire like Tony, making that shift from playboy philanthropist to nihilist monarch is crucial to the success of this portrayal. And I'm going to lay this down as a requirement as well. Doom needs an accent. RDJ has done accent work before, and it needs to be done here. I think this will help further distinguish Doom from his more heroic doppelganger and can really add gravitas to RDJ's performance. Also, quick side note, Sebastian Stan, who plays Bucky Barnes in the MCU, is Romanian, so I have a good feeling he can at least give RDJ some initial help with specifics in the Eastern European accent. Overall, this Doom needs to be distinctly different in appearance and tone so that even though we know who's behind the mask, the reveal hits the audience as hard as it does the characters on screen. Now that leads me into my last point, the stakes of the character. Contrary to Tony, Doom's ultimate goal is power and control, and there isn't a line he won't cross to get it. RDJ has to do enough bad as Doom that when the Avengers see the face behind the mask, it utterly defeats them. Not in the way that we saw in Infinity War by turning half to dust and scattering the other half across the galaxy, but by taking a sledgehammer to their mental fortitude. Doom's role in the MCU cannot just be another big bad that has no real emotional weight, other than that he's smarter, stronger, and better than the previous big bad. Making Doom a Tony variant creates tension in those relationships, far beyond hero and villain. The reveal has to be built very carefully, but there is plenty of emotional ammo there to use. And these characters are going to have to contend with those emotions while dealing with an incursion that threatens to wipe out their entire universe. In canon, this will create deep mental scars for the Avengers, and will be essential to who comes out on top in Secret Wars, of which Doom will very likely continue to be a part of. While, as an audience, it will allow us to fully feel that moment, when the man behind the mask is finally revealed. Look, you don't have to like this casting, and I get it if you think that Marvel has officially jumped the shark. Someone you liked died and came back as someone else? Welcome to comic books. Personally, I'm excited for this new chapter of the MCU, and I think it was a good option to maintain an emotional connection to the franchise while progressing the story in a new direction. Robert Downey Jr. is one of the few actors on the planet that can right the MCU ship and help usher in a new era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One where we have mutants, vampires, and those space cadets from the 60s. His portrayal of Victor Von Doom will need to bring an ever-present tension, immense emotional weight, and an accuracy to the soul and individuality of the character that we have yet to see from the past 2 iterations. 3, depending on how big of a nerd you are. One thing is for certain, the Avengers are headed for Doom. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Gray and welcome officially to my channel. This is my first video and I am so excited to be here. I like talking about my favorite things, and those happen to be superheroes, movies, sci-fi, fantasy, and who knows, maybe a few random ones along the way that pop into my head. So like and subscribe to show your support, and let me know in the comments what you think Marvel could do to make this Doom portrayal memorable. Otherwise, have a great day and I will see y'all next time.